T-Ty, what are you doing? You look suspicious. Talk to me. What did you do? You did something. Don't just try to lay there and look cute. What is it? What did you do? Huh? All right, you're still cute. Hey. Okay, apparently I'm already recording. Hey everyone, it's me again. My name's Corey. If you're new to the channel, my wife's name is Raquel. We moved to the Philippines from Chicago. She's originally born and raised in the Philippines, so this is a very easy adjustment for her. I did previously live here for a year back in 2001, and I visited over 10 times, so I had a pretty good idea of what I was coming into. But long story short, we built a house over here and we live here, if you're new to the channel. That being said, I wanted to do a video on purchasing items locally whenever you can compared to a large department store or anything like that. I mean, I try to give back to the local community or go through a family-owned business whenever I can, and a lot of the times you can't do that, right? And we all know it. I mean, I drive a Toyota. I didn't have a Filipino guy make it for me. I have a, large TV in there. I didn't have a Filipino guy make that for me, of course. But a lot of the other items I actually have. So I had someone ask me about something that I had in the house and where I got it. And it made me kind of think that most of these items you would just walk by and think I purchased them at a store or something, but I actually didn't. And I prefer not to whenever I can. So when I say that, I'll give you some examples and we'll take a walk around the house. Ignore the dog. I did not buy that from a department store. Hey, that's your own leg you're chewing on. Hey. All right, so here we are standing in the living room. For example, you have a coffee table over there, right? And you're looking at it thinking it's a coffee table. It's nothing crazy. We'll walk around and so you guys can see it. I mean, it's, it's a nice looking coffee table. It's nothing exotic or crazy by any means, but it's exactly what I wanted. And when I say that, I was looking through catalogs and I was trying to find the exact measurement for a coffee table that we wanted, which was 2 feet by 4 feet, for example, so that we could fit it in between the L-shaped couch and we could still move the couch in or out when we had people over or whatnot. We couldn't find anything exactly like what we wanted. Point being is I showed the picture that I liked to one of the local guys that does a lot of our welding, and he does most of the stuff that we've done, pretty much everything. And he said, yeah, sure, I can build that for you. And I was like, okay. So he built this table for me and he had it done in 1 day. So when I say that, you look at it, and again, it's not some, crazy, exotic, massive table. It's pretty basic, but it was exactly what I was looking at. And it's the exact size I wanted, and it is strong. So it was built by him. It was very well done. I could jump on it. I wouldn't do that because the top is glass. But he had that whole thing welded up and painted in 1 day. Okay, so I want you to understand something. One, it's sturdier than anything I looked at because it's made out of angle bar, so it's strong. Two, it's gonna last a lot longer than anything that I would have bought in a department store that I'd be putting together out of a box. And three, the most important thing to me is I bought it off a local guy because he made it for me the exact dimensions I wanted it. So after all that, I was very happy with it, and he charged me $8. So I want you to grasp that, because he charged me $8 to make that table because it took him 1 day to cut it and weld it and put it together. So I had to buy the glass separately, so I just want to say that. So the glass came out to $19. So I mean, I'm into this table for what, $27, $28? Maybe a little bit less with the exchange rate, really depends that day, but either way, I'm into that coffee table, and it's really nice, in my opinion. I'm really happy with it. My wife loves it, for less than $30. And I didn't have to buy it from some big chain place, put it together, and the thing's all wobbly, it's not stable, it doesn't last 10 years, and I'm making some, big chain organization wealthier. I feel good giving him my money because he helps his family. And when I say that, he lives with his mom, his 2 little brothers, and his little sister. He's the only one in the family with a vehicle, which is a scooter. And when he gets paid every week, he gives it to his mom and she buys food for everyone. And I'm not joking when I say that. So I feel good about giving him my money. And I genuinely mean that. It makes me happy. I want to give him as much work as I can because that actually goes to the right place. If I walk into the mall, I've never felt good about a purchase. I mean, we'll buy something and we'll like it. You know, we'll be happy with it, but you don't actually feel good about it. If you think about it, you really don't. But when I buy things off of him, or not buy things, but I show him what I want and he makes it, I genuinely feel good about it because I'm paying him and he's taking care of his family with it. I mean, he doesn't even keep the money. He literally gives it to his mom. She'll show up on payday and she'll get the money from him so she can buy food for them. Because again, he's also the only one with a vehicle, which is a scooter. So he really helps support the family and I feel good about that. Anyways, that's something that means a lot to me. Some people just don't care about it, but I mean, I had a lot of good positive comments on some of the videos where I talked about that kind of stuff, and it does mean something to me. So anyways, so now I'm gonna show you guys that little end table. So we get two of those, they're the same thing, one over here and then one over there. So when you're looking at the table, it looks pretty basic, right? It's, you know, a little end table. And the reason why it's like that is I can show it to you guys from the catalog that I actually picked it out of. And it's shaped like that so that you can actually then turn it over your couch and then you can be using your laptop. I can work, read, do whatever I'm doing, edit a photo, it doesn't matter. Or I can actually turn it over and then I can eat dinner or breakfast or something like that. I don't actually eat breakfast or anything out here, but you guys get my point. It's actually really convenient because it's a little end table, but it turns over the couch. So it's really convenient and nice. And it's the same thing as the one over there. They're both identical. They're the same specs and everything. He built both of those for me in a day and a half. So I want you to think about that because when it came down to it, he charged me $15 to make them. So one more time, I'm gonna say that only because you're gonna say, what, that doesn't make any sense. I did supply the metal for those because I had a lot of angle bar left over. So I gave him the metal and he cut them all and he painted them. But he charged me $15 to make those two little tables. And they are solid because if you're looking at that, you know it's angle bar, it's thick. I could, minus the tile that's on the top, you could jump on that thing. You could, I wouldn't say you could drive your car on it, but it is strong. That thing is going to last me forever. It's going to last me a lot longer than anything I'd be buying at a department store for 10 times the price. And I gave the money to the right person. So I'm happy with the quality, I'm happy with the price, and I'm happy who I paid. So I love those kind of little purchases. Makes me really happy. And the funny thing is we were Googling images, little end tables that we could actually use to work off of so that we could, you know, use our laptops or the tablet or anything like that on, you know, when we're on the couch. Only reason why is, long story short, I got an injury to my foot, which is why I haven't been able to make a video in the last couple of weeks. But anyway, so it made a lot of sense for us to go with something like that. So I Googled image what came up. And I showed him the picture and he said, yeah, no problem. And he made them for me in a day and a half. The funny thing is I'll put up a picture of the catalog, which I just pulled it up on a Google image. So I didn't even look at what catalog it was from or what department store. I just Googled image, what I was looking for. And it was made at Pottery Barn. So that design is sold at Pottery Barn for $2.99 per table. So I want you to think about that for a minute. $299 per table, granted, because they're Pottery Barn, that would be $600 for the two. I paid $15. That's a huge difference. I would never feel good about giving $600 to Pottery Barn. I felt good about giving him $15 because he was really happy with it. I mean, that was a lot of money to him, and he was able to buy. I don't know what he was able to buy. I didn't ask him. It's really none of my business, but the point is he's really happy with it. I'm really happy with it. I guarantee you the quality is better. So it's things like that. I love the Philippines. Again, I did supply the metal, and then we actually had black tile left over. So he cut those to size and then fit them in. So as far as the black tile for the tube, I think we can all say it's basically insignificant at that point. But either way, that's an amazing price for amazing quality, and you're giving your money to the right kind of person. I love that kind of stuff. So I mean, I enjoy the Philippines more and more because of things like this. So now I'm going to show you guys real quick a shoe rack. I'm not going to get into that too much because let's be honest, it's a shoe rack. So when you're looking at the shoe rack, it's obviously not fancy. I pulled it out a little bit because we get the dog collars hung up behind it. But point being is we were looking for something we could store all our sandals. We actually have sliders for that, so it'll go up and down along the wall, so it's always hidden behind the door and we don't have to look at it. But the point being is we just showed him what we were looking at in the catalog to put all our sandals and shoes, and he said, yeah, sure, no problem, I can make it. And he made that thing and he was done by lunchtime. So he charged me like $6 or $7. So the one in the catalog was 80, and I guarantee you it would fall apart and not last long at all. And it was $80, and he charged me less than 10. You know, I love the Philippines for those kind of things because it's, you know, I'm buying good quality stuff and I'm paying the right kind of people. It's, you know, I like that. All right, so now let's walk into the kitchen here. Kitchen table's got the glass on it, but that's not what we're in here for. So, okay, so last up is we have this little table. And you're probably looking at it, okay, it's just a little table, right? It's nothing impressive, it's nothing too exotic. I'm not trying to sell it to you guys like it's, you know, it's anything amazing. The point is me and my wife were looking for a little table that we could have over here next to the water dispenser, but we needed enough room down there because we're putting our chest freezer over there. So we wanted a table that was standard countertop height, but we had at least one shelf or drawer so we could store the coffee, peanuts. I got a bag of protein in there, just random stuff like that, but we could hide all the water bottles underneath it. So we could not find one table that actually had the right height requirement and had any type of shelf or anything. So we looked everywhere. Closest thing I found was like $140. I wasn't very happy with the quality. It was wobbling inside the store. I knew I could fix it and make it a little bit better, but either way, you know, I didn't want to spend that kind of money on something and I wasn't even happy with it, right? I mean, we settle a lot of the time when we buy those things. We're not really truly happy with it. We just settle because it's the best option we find. So I went online and I looked at a design that I like, and then I showed it to him, and then he charged me 2 days of labor to put that thing together. So he welded it, painted it, did everything, and he charged me $16. So, hey, what are you crying about? What's up with the puppy? You okay? What's your problem? You got beef? Huh? What's your problem? Anyway, so yeah, I mean, he charged me $16 to make that table for me, and that thing is solid. I mean, if I drove into it with my car, I would break my bumper. It is a really nice, good quality table. He charged me less than $20 for it, and then we didn't know what we wanted to do for a top, so he just welded up the whole table, and we said we would deal with that. We were thinking glass, but with all the weight that we're going to put onto it for the Ninja and the coffee maker and stuff, because that's actually like the 110 area, so to speak, it didn't make any sense. So we went and just picked out a tile for it. So we paid like, I'd have to ask my wife, I think I paid $3 or $4 for that tile, and it's nice. I mean, it's really good quality, and I'm into this whole thing for like $25, and it's solid. It's good. I'm really happy with it. So anyways, I'm not trying to make this boring about where you should spend your money or who you should buy things from in the Philippines. You know, I'm not trying to push my opinion on anyone or anything like that, but this kind of stuff makes me feel really good. I'm really happy where I'm purchasing everything from. And, you know, the few people that ask me where I got this or where I got that, I'm buying it off a local person. I mean, it's, you know, he lives right down the street. Well, I'd call it more of a path than a street because you can't fit a car down it, but I think you get my point. Yeah, I mean, I'm helping the local community. I'm getting better quality, and I love the prices. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep making purchases like that as much as I can. Those kind of things make me happy. So, anyways, if you got any questions about that kind of stuff, let me know. I can ask him for other prices or stuff. I thought about actually helping him market this stuff online so we could actually sell it, because he could charge and make a lot more money. But thank you for watching the channel. I appreciate it. A lot more videos to come. Not to bore you with this, but I can start to walk now. Long story short, I had a injury to my foot. I've been to the hospital multiple times for it, and I haven't been able to walk. So now I'm on my second round of antibiotics after they removed the rest of the metal from my foot, and now I'm starting to feel better. So I'm only on a couple ibuprofen today, and I can handle the foot. So anyway, so now I can actually start walking around, making more videos, and being a little happier about it. So anyways, all right, thank you for watching.